Right, Hobart sitting at 22 degrees this afternoon, while Darwin S only at 24. Let that sink in for a second. Is your area about to cop a complete weather flip in the next 72 hours? Because right now, BOM has severe weather warnings active across 3 states, affecting over 8 million Australians, and what S coming could change everything for the weekend. I am going to walk you through exactly when these changes hit your city. Chuck your location in the comments right now and I'll give you a personalised forecast for tomorrow S video. Within the next 30 seconds, you will know the precise timing for Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, Adelaide, Hobart and Darwin. Sydney, you are looking at 28 degrees today, dropping to 19 overnight, then rebounding to 31 tomorrow before a southerly buster smashes through Friday Arvo around 4 p.m. Melbourne, currently 27, you will hit 32 tomorrow, but here's the thing, a cold front arrives Thursday night, bringing you back down to 18 by Friday. Brisbane, steady at 29 today, 28 tomorrow, but Saturday you are copping that storm system IL detail at the 8-minute mark. Perth, beautiful 34 today, 35 tomorrow, staying dry right through the weekend. Adelaide, 27 now, 30 tomorrow, then that same system affecting Melbourne hits you Friday evening. Hobart, you are the wild card at 22 today, 24 tomorrow, actually warmer than several mainland capitals. Darwin, 24 now with building humidity, 28 tomorrow as monsoonal activity increases. Now let's dig into what is actually driving all this, because the models are showing something pretty significant developing over the Bight. Access and the European model are in reasonable agreement on the broad setup, but there's still a bit of uncertainty around exactly where this low pressure system tracks, and that 100-kilometre difference changes everything for southeast Australia. Currently, we've got a high-pressure ridge dominating the eastern seaboard, keeping things relatively settled from Cairns down through to the New South Wales south coast. But out west, there's a trough deepening across Western Australia, and this is going to be the key player over the next few days. The isobars are tightening, which means we are looking at a strengthening pressure gradient, and that translates to some pretty solid winds for southern parts of the country. For you lot in regional New South Wales, Newcastle URE at 26 today, 29 tomorrow, with northwesterly winds picking up ahead of that change. Wollongong, similar story, 27 today, 30 tomorrow. Southerly arrives Friday afternoon, bringing showers. Coffs Harbour, you are staying warmer longer, 28 today and tomorrow. Change doesn't reach you until Saturday morning. Wagga Wagga inland, you are already feeling the heat. 33 today, 36 tomorrow, then a dramatic drop to 22 Friday. Dubbo, 34 today, 37 tomorrow, also crashing Friday. Victoria S regional centres are watching this cold front very closely. Geelong, you are at 26 now, 31 tomorrow, but you'll be one of the first to cop the change Thursday night around 11 p.m. Ballarat, 23 today, 28 tomorrow, then down to 15 Friday with possible showers. Bendigo, 28 today, 33 tomorrow. Change arrives early Friday morning. Shepparton, you were looking at 30 today, 35 tomorrow. Actually one of the hotter spots in Victoria before that front sweeps through. Queensland S, Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast are in a different weather pattern entirely. Gold Coast at 28 today, 29 tomorrow. But I reckon Saturday afternoon, you are looking at severe thunderstorm potential. The Sunshine Coast, similar numbers, 27 today, 28 tomorrow, with that same storm risk Saturday. Townsville, way up north, you are at 31 with typical build-up season humidity, 32 tomorrow. Cairns, 29 today, 30 tomorrow. Afternoon storms likely both days. Toowoomba on the ranges, URE cooler at 24 today, 26 tomorrow. Now here S, where the model tension comes in, and this is something we need to watch closely. Access is showing this low pressure system tracking further south, which would bring heavier rain to Tasmania and southern Victoria. The European model, though, reckons it'll track a bit further north, meaning more rain for South Australia and potentially Western New South Wales. This difference is pretty significant because it changes rainfall totals by 30 to 50 millimetres in some areas. Western Australia, you're in your own world weather-wise. Bunbury at 32 today, 33 tomorrow, staying dry and sunny. Geraldton, URE pushing 36 today, 37 tomorrow with that classic dry heat. Kalgoorlie inland, 41 today, 42 tomorrow. And yeah, that is genuinely hot. Broome up north, 33 today with increasing humidity, 34 tomorrow. Monsoon trough approaching your area early next week. South Australia S regional areas need to pay attention to Friday. Mount Gambier, you are at 24 today, 27 tomorrow. Rain arrives Friday night. Whyalla, 29 today, 32 tomorrow. Winds picking up Friday. Port Augusta, 33 today, 36 tomorrow. Then much cooler Friday with showers possible. If you haven't chucked your city in the comments yet, do it now, because tomorrow's forecast is going to have much better clarity on this system, and I'll respond to as many as I can with specific timing for your area. Tasmania S, really interesting today. Launceston at 21 degrees, 23 tomorrow. Erie actually ahead of the curve warmth-wise. Devonport on the north coast, 20 degrees today. 22 tomorrow sees building Friday as that low approaches. The models are suggesting 40 to 60 millimetres of rain for Western Tasmania Friday into Saturday, which is pretty decent for this time of year. Northern Territory, Alice Springs, URE dealing with typical summer heat, 39 today, 40 tomorrow, staying dry. Katherine, 34 today with building storms, 33 tomorrow. Big wet season in full swing up your way. Canberra, I should mention you specifically, 26 today, 30 tomorrow. Then that southerly change Friday drops you to 17. Being inland, you will feel that temperature swing more dramatically than coastal cities. There's one thing that S got me concerned about this weekend, and I'll get to that at the 12-minute mark. But first I need to explain the fire danger situation because this is critical. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we're re-looking at total fire ban days for parts of South Australia, Victoria and southern New South Wales. The combination of high temperatures, low humidity and strengthening northwesterly winds ahead of that change creates extreme fire danger ratings. For areas from Adelaide through to Melbourne and up into the Riverina, tomorrow is genuinely dangerous conditions if fires start. The Bureau S already flagged this and emergency services are on high alert. If you are in these areas, absolutely no outdoor burning. Be aware of your surroundings and have your bushfire plan ready. This is not something to muck around with. The thing about this change on Friday is it's not just the temperature drop. We're re-looking at wind gusts potentially reaching 80 to 100 kilometres per hour across elevated parts of southern Australia. That is strong enough to bring down tree branches, cause power outages and create hazardous conditions, especially for high-sided vehicles on exposed roads. Now, I should clarify something because I don't want to overstate this. The rain totals aren't looking severe for most areas. We're talking 10 to 20 millimetres for Sydney, 15 to 30 for Melbourne, 20 to 40 for Adelaide, possibly 50 to 80 for Western Tasmania. But it's the combination of wind and rain that creates problems, particularly for areas that haven't seen significant rain in a while. Actually, let me check that again because the latest access run just came through this morning. Yeah, look, Sydney S rain totals might be a bit lower, probably more like 5 to 15 millimetres, with the heaviest falls staying offshore. Melbourne, you are still looking at that 15 to 30 range, mostly Friday night into Saturday morning. Christmas Island and Cocos Islands, you are in tropical mode, 30 degrees with regular afternoon storms. Norfolk Island, 23 today, 24 tomorrow. You'll see increased swells from that southern system, but not much else. Right, here's that concern I mentioned. Saturday afternoon and evening, there is potential for severe thunderstorms developing across southeast Queensland and northeast New South Wales. The atmosphere is going to be pretty loaded with moisture and instability behind that front, and when you combine that with daytime heating, conditions could turn nasty pretty quickly. We're talking about the possibility of large hail, damaging winds and heavy rainfall in a short period. Areas from Brisbane down through the Gold Coast, across to Byron Bay, Lismore, Ballina, even potentially as far south as Coffs Harbour, you need to keep an eye on this. The models are still working out the details, and honestly, we'll have a much better idea tomorrow once we see how that front moves through Victoria and New South Wales. The timing looks like early to mid-afternoon Saturday, probably kicking off around 1 or 2 p.m. and continuing through to early evening. But this could shift, which is why checking back tomorrow is pretty important if you are in these areas or have weekend plans there. For those of you along the New South Wales south coast, Batemans Bay, Narooma, Eden, you are looking at 24 today, 26 tomorrow, then cooler and showery Friday. The southerly change will be quite vigorous along the coast, so expect rough seas and potentially hazardous surf conditions. Victoria sees Gippsland, Sale and Bairnsdale. You are at 26 today, 30 tomorrow, change overnight Thursday into Friday. The winds will swing quickly from hot northerlies to cold southerlies, and that transition can be pretty dramatic. Perth and Western Australia, I know you were probably feeling left out of all this action, but honestly, you've got it pretty good right now. That high pressure system sitting over the west is keeping you dry and sunny. The Fremantle Doctor should kick in each afternoon, giving you that lovely sea breeze. Cottesloe Beach, Scarborough, City Beach, you are looking at perfect beach weather through the weekend. South Australia, Barossa Valley, 28 today, 32 tomorrow. Wine Country is going to be warm before that change. Kangaroo Island, 24 today, 26 tomorrow. You'll cop some decent rain Friday night. The Adelaide Hills, slightly cooler than the city, 25 today, 29 tomorrow. Queensland S inland areas, Longreach, Uree at 38 today, 39 tomorrow, typical dry inland heat. Mount Isa, 40 today, 41 tomorrow, no relief in sight for you. Rockhampton on the coast, 31 today, 32 tomorrow, humid and sticky. If there's one thing to remember from this forecast, it is that Friday's change is significant. The temperature drops are substantial, the winds are strong, and if you've got outdoor plans, you'll want to adjust them accordingly. This isn't just a gentle, cool change, it's a proper cold front with punch. Now, the weekend outlook beyond Saturday is storm risk for the northeast. Sunday, most of southeastern Australia should be settled under a high-pressure ridge, rebuilding. Temperatures recovering slightly, but staying below this week's peaks. Sydney around 24. Melbourne around 21, Adelaide around 23, Hobart around 19, Brisbane back to 27, Perth steady at 33. Early next week, we're rewatching another system developing, but it's too early to have confidence in the details. There is some suggestion of another trough moving through midweek, but the models are all over the place with that one. We'll know more tomorrow. The thing that's interesting about this pattern is we're re-seeing a fairly active southern stream, which is a bit unusual for late January. Normally this time of year, we do expect more stable, high-pressure systems, but we're getting these troughs punching through every few days. It's keeping things interesting, that is for sure. Tasmania, west coast, Strahan and Queenstown, you are looking at the heaviest rain from this system, potentially 80 to 120 millimetres Friday through Saturday. That significant rainfall, and some of those rivers could see minor flooding if we hit the upper end of that range. Not major concerns at this stage, but something to monitor. Darwin and the top end, you're in your own seasonal rhythm. The monsoon trough is sitting just to your north, and we're re-seeing typical afternoon and evening thunderstorms. These aren't severe, just the regular wet season pattern, but they're redumping decent rainfall when they do develop, 20 to 40 millimetres possible each afternoon this week. For the final comment reminder, seriously drop your location below. Tomorrow's update is going to have much sharper details on timing, and I genuinely want to help you plan your week. Whether you're in a capital city or regional town, I'll do my best to give you specific information. Look, I know weather forecasting isn't perfect, and these systems don't always behave exactly as models predict. That's why updates matter. What I'm telling you today is based on the best available data, but that data improves every 6 hours with new model runs. By tomorrow, we'll have much better confidence in rainfall totals, wind speeds, and exactly where that low tracks. Here's what I'm watching specifically for tomorrow's forecast. Does that low pressure system track further north or south? That determines who gets the rain. Do those thunderstorms fire up Saturday in Queensland and northern New South Wales? The atmospheric setup suggests yes, but small changes matter. And does that potential midweek system next week materialise, or does it fall apart? Bit of a rough trot for anyone wanting stable summer weather this week, but that is how it goes sometimes. The positive side is the rain's going to be welcome in many areas. Temperatures will be more manageable after Friday, and we're not looking at any extreme heat events at this stage. For bushfire-affected areas in previous years, this rain and cooler weather is genuinely helpful for fuel moisture and overall fire danger reduction. Every bit helps. This forecast was based on data current as of this afternoon. Things evolve, models update, and sometimes nature surprises us. That is not me hedging. That is just being honest about how meteorology works. I'd rather underpromise and overdeliver than the other way around. Tomorrow's video will be out same time, and I'll have updated totals, refined timing, and hopefully clearer details on that weekend storm potential. The uncertainty around this system should narrow considerably overnight as new model data comes through. Appreciate you watching, and don't forget to drop your location in the comments. Whether you are dealing with heat in the interior, storms in the tropics, or that cold change in the south, I want to make sure tomorrow's forecast covers what you need to know for your specific area. Stay safe, particularly with that fire danger tomorrow, and I'll